Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome to this episode of Mugscast.
Today, we're continuing talking about the Tobey Maguire trilogy of Spider-Man movies with Spider-Man 2. Cheers.
Go ahead. Just say your spoiler-free thoughts. Go ahead.
Well, no, you say first.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you right now. Spider-Man 2 is the better of Tobey's trilogies. I think you're going to disagree, but it's definitely the better out of the three. In terms of action, in terms of Spider-Man action, in terms of like fighting, in terms of character development, it's much better than the first one.
It's so funny. I was forever. I was always like, had these movies, and I was always like, it's Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
No, it's not
Spider-Man 3 is like made a resurgence. People like defend it a lot more recently.
I will defend that.
Wait, what? So you disagree? You think Spider-Man 1 is better?
No. I'm saying I won't defend Spider-Man 3.
No, but you said I didn't agree when I said Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1.
Because you think I'm assuming you've now jumped and have Spider-Man 1 be higher than 2.
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Because, dude, I don't want to say I hated this movie, but
I like this movie a lot.
Pissed me off.
I like this movie a lot, bro. I don't know. Maybe my thoughts will change your mind on it a little bit.
I watched the first one and I was like, that was all right, but then I was like, now we have the fucking amazing one. Yeah, I can actually watch and enjoy, and then we'll do 3 and
yeah.
But I was fucking, I went into it being like, I'm gonna love this. I have such fantastic memories.
I love this movie. No, I love this
such
movie.
Fantastic memories.
I like this movie because I looked at it in terms of also the character development. And the character development in this movie is huge. It's huge, bro. You don't think so, but it's huge. Like this is where they start to turn more into. We'll talk about it.
Spoilers now, I guess.
Yeah, spoilers now. Wait. If you should still watch this leading up to No Way Home. It's just the whole trilogy of Tobey's is just doesn't age well. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Anyways, spoilers.
Yeah.
So I wrote for here. The intro is long. It's a little better because we get to see the history of. They redrew some of the shots.
It's a better looking.
Yeah, but somebody actually went through and redrew some of the shots from like the first movie, and it's kind of cool, but it's still too long.
It's like it's like longer than like an anime intro.
Good
it's like,
God,
Jesus.
bro. Start with the pizza delivery.
Yeah. And there's what is it? He like turns into Spider-Man, and the guy goes, "He stole that guy's pizzas."
I fucking can't, bro. That's it's funny, but it's terrible. Why would that be his first thought, bro? Not, hey, that might have been Spider-Man. It's, hey, Spider-Man stole that guy's pizza. And
I don't know. I think it's because like. I don't know. Like in this universe, people aren't looking at this, a supposedly nerdy high schooler and going, "True, yeah, it's Spider-Man."
True. He's not in high school anymore. He's in college.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you should be excused.
40-year-old man was in college. Apologies.
Also, I would not want any of these pizzas.
Yeah. No, bro, they were fucked. They had.
Yeah. What was all that? He literally flung them around. He webbed them at one point. No those are not pizzas anymore. That was fucking soup. That was dough soup, bro. Like, fuck off. And of course we get our meme.
Well, I actually do like the one bit of comedy in this movie that I actually like is the bit with the closet.
Where he's like, where the shit keeps falling. Yeah,
he's falling.
That's what made him late.
It goes on for just the right amount of time.
Yeah, and it makes him late, by the way.
Yeah, and then pizza time.
Yep. By the way, he lost his job. He lost his fucking job, right? Yeah. Like, this is a very depressing movie, which is why part of the reason that I like it, because this is where you get to see Spider-Man and Peter Parker as a whole. I love this movie because you get to see Spider-Man, you get to see Peter Parker, you get to see both sides, you get to see what's affecting what with what. But Peter Parker stays wholeheartedly fucking amazing, and that's why this movie's so good, is because, dude, he loses his job, he loses money, he doesn't have anything, but he's still saving people. He's not using it to exploit it. He's not using it to make money. He's using it to still save people. He could have easily delivered those pizzas, but he saved those kids.
Yeah.
And not only did he save those kids, he took the time to talk to them. He took the time to be a role model, which is what he wants to be, and then lost his job for it. Like, he's excelling. He is excelling, and he is amazing as a hero, but his regular life is taking a fat fucking dip because of it.
Yeah, of course.
And, but he's not letting that what I mean is, he's still going out there and still being like this super fucking happy hero, which is part of what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's the most accurate Spider-Man you can get.
It's like baseline Spider-Man.
Yes, so this is why this movie is considered one of the best ones, because it is baseline Spider-Man. Like, think about it. You play Spider-Man. You play Spider-Man on PS4. Look how much he's struggling.
What I mean is, like, that doesn't make this movie special. It just means he's Spider-Man.
Yes, that's what makes it special, because it's very different.
That's the minimum requirement to be the character of Spider-Man, is to have.
It's not just that. There's more to it. There's more to it. It's the other characters around him too, bro. Trust me. It's the other characters around him too. And Aunt May, you say she ain't shit to the third movie, bro? Nah, you're so wrong, bro.
No, I'm not saying she ain't shit to the third movie. I'm just saying I like that one scene in the third movie.
Just wait, bro, because I'm telling you right now, okay.
So you go to.
Spider-Man's not taking photos anymore.
You go to JJ, and I can't remember what Peter says, but he goes, "Miss Brandt, give me a violin," because he's like, doing the, the world's tiniest violin type shit. And he's like, $100, $300. That's outrageous. Done.
No, he says 800. 800. He says it's 800. It's 800
for one photo.
Yeah. Because because he hasn't been taking photos this whole time. And so finally he gives him a photo, and I think J. Jonah says 300 actually, and then Peter's like 800.
No, he said 100. He said 100.
Maybe he said 100.
And then Peter says 300.
I swear, Peter. Maybe he said
300 is what Peter got the first time for like 7 photos.
Yeah, you're right.
He asked for one photo, and he's like, outrageous. Done.
Yeah.
Get out of my office.
So Peter and Betty. I just almost combined Betty and
Bear.
Anyways, Bear. I know, because I was like, no, that's not Bear. It's not Betty that I'm talking about. Whatever. Anyway. So Betty and Peter have a nice relationship in this, and actually it would have leaned towards them being together in the fourth Spider-Man, because I don't know if you know this or not, but Betty is one of his love interests.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say I find it weird. I forgot to bring it up in the first movie, but she's like, who the fuck is this kid? Don't talk to me in the first one. And then there's no...
It's been 2 years.
No, but there's nothing. She's just...
Oh, of course not. Yeah. No, but of course not. But it's been 2 years. Like she's literally been talking to him almost every week.
Yeah, but we don't even know that. They don't
even
say it's been 2 years.
Yes, they do. They do. What is the line that she says? It's not even a line. They say it. What is it they say? There's a line that they say where it's been 2 years since the first movie. So he's been Spider-Man, because I wrote it down. I think I wrote it down, so we're good. I think I wrote it down of what it said. Yeah. But he's been Spider-Man for 2 years.
We get Dr. Connors, where he's like late, and he's like, I'm going to have to fail you if you keep fucking this shit up.
Yep.
And, dude.
Harry sucks in this movie. He's better, but he hates Spider-Man. This is why I say his acting is actually really good. He's drunk like 90% of the movie. Seriously. I'm not even joking.
He shows up, and every single time. It's also the writing, so I don't blame him for like 100%.
But his character,
he shows up and he's like, "How's your pal Spider-Man?"
Yeah.
And dude, he just doesn't have any like commitment to
being a friend.
Well, no, I'm talking about like James Franco to the role. Like I think he realized
it's not that his commitment. It's literally like
he just doesn't. He's just sleepwalking through it. He's delivering the lines like he's reading them off the script. Like
I think it's supposed to be, but I think it's supposed to be like that though.
Where he comes out, it's skipping ahead a little bit, but I didn't make a note of it, so I'll just say it now. When he comes out after Spider-Man saves him in the laboratory, and he goes, "Oh, what the fuck did he say?" He's like, "Spider-Man, he made a mockery of me by saving me," and it's the worst line delivery I've ever seen in my life.
And there are a couple scenes like when he pulls Peter's mask off.
Jesus, dude.
Oof.
Peter, could it possibly be you?
Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah,
but that's how he is the whole movie.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
It's not.
Here's what ruins this
in the first movie, but I just think the writing and also
it's not even the writing
where he's sleepwalking through it for a check.
I'm pretty sure. He was told he's supposed to act very emotionless in this. Like, he's very broken. He's supposed to be broken up to this point. He is. He's supposed to have no emotions. He's supposed to be dead inside. That's what it's supposed to be, just drunk all the time. Because I remember reading something about it where that's what his character is supposed to be. And funny enough, pretty sure James Franco was also drunk in real life when he was doing this role. Because I think this is when he was going through, like, his substance abuse. Rachel, can you get that, please? Anyway, so I'm pretty sure he was drunk. Like, this is when he was going through like his substance abuse phase. But he was also told he's supposed to be dead inside. But up until he finds out that Peter, that's when his emotions are supposed to come out. But that part's acted so poorly that I can't even defend it. I can't defend that.
But that's not a defense for the acting. Like either way, he's still acting badly. Even if they gave him direction to become emotionless, he portrayed that terribly.
It does come off.
Either way, it's not good acting.
It's not. I'll give you that.
Even if that was the intent behind it, like I get what you mean. Like that probably was entirely the intent, especially in the fucking party scene when he's supposed to be like drunk off his ass.
Yeah.
But either way, even if that was his direction, he's still not acting that. Like he's not conveying it at all.
Oh, sorry. I just remembered because it's coming up. So I wrote Pete has a rough life. Then he comes home and he has his birthday. It's his birthday, and he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah,
that's how much out of focus he is.
Yeah.
And you get the mention of Ben. She literally is having a dream of Ben.
Yeah.
And this is where you find out he's in Spider-Man for 2 years because she says, "I can't believe it's been 2 years since Ben's
Ben
dead."
died.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how you know Pete's been Spider-Man for 2 years now.
Yeah, dude. She gives him the money. She's like, "Here, you knew this more than." And he's like, "Please, Aunt May, I can't take this." Yes, you can.
Yeah. She gets like, really mad at him.
Whoa,
yeah, she gets really mad at him.
What does he do? Does he go out back? Yeah, he goes out back and talks to MJ again, I think, and she says something. I can't remember what it was. I didn't make a note of it, but he goes, "Oh boy, yeah."
Yeah. I think she said something. She's mentioned something about like, it's almost like hinting. She's hinting of wanting to be with him. And I think she's testing that water. I think she's testing that water of wanting to be together. And she does start to feel like she's reeling him in, and then he kind of like snaps out of it for a second. That's why I like the relationship. And
then you find out the whole time that she's been in a relationship as she's trying to quote unquote reel him in.
But she's doing what almost every fucking woman out there. It's not even just women. It's just what most people do in a relationship where they just settle, where she's just settling because they can't have what they want, and that's what she's doing. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, and I'm not saying it's right.
But it's not fucking scummy. It's not settling if she can get with anyone she wants.
But she's unfortunately settling for the person that she's with because she can't get the one she wants. That's
what I mean is like she's not settling for I'm gonna have to settle for this ugly guy or whatever that I don't want to be with. She's got everyone else that she is with is like the most attractive, like nice people.
Yeah,
in the world.
I know, but it's still not what she wants. Is what I'm saying. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. When somebody's not with the person that they want to be with, they kind of just settle with who they have.
Yeah, but maybe just. Don't do that then.
No, don't do that. That's
maybe
fucking
just don't
terrible.
Be in a relationship.
That's terrible. That's how you end up cheating. That's how you end up cheating.
Yeah, if you don't want to be in a relationship with someone, maybe
just don't be in a relationship. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna come out. Yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Might be a good idea. So yeah. Anyway, he's in the Spider-Man costume. Oh, this is where he starts to lose his powers.
Yes.
So he has to take the elevator down.
Yeah.
Which is a funny scene.
The scene is fucking. It's just so funny.
For any people my age growing up, Mr. Davenport from the Disney XD classic
Definitely
Lab Rats. Anyways, he goes to the.
Oh wait! One thing I forgot to say is no one feels like they can count on Peter. By the way, up to this point. Like nobody.
Nobody what?
Nobody feels like they can count on Peter up to this point. Like they're literally like they're literally like you're so not dependable.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah. Anyways, he goes home. He goes to his apartment, and what's his name? Dinkovich, I think is his name.
Yeah.
He's like rent.
You have my rent.
Yeah. And he's like, I got $20 for the rest of the week. He fucking pulls. He snatches that shit. He's like, yeah.
He goes and meets Otto with James Franco. That's not his name. With Harry. I do like Otto.
I love Otto.
I really like him. Love He's
Otto,
very
bro.
good. Even though, his writing is iffy here and there, but he's a great actor.
He's great. He does an amazing job.
They get like these phenomenal actors to do the villains, and then they kind of like the writing is kind of shitty, but they still manage to carry the performance.
Yes, it's great. It's great. He does a good job. He makes it lovable.
Not the case of Spider-Man 3, but
yeah.
But anyway, So and I like their relationship. They're like kind of like mutual signs, respect.
Yeah, it's very nice. And then you get to see how in love he is with his wife and how in love she is with him. Very, very, very well portrayed by both of those actors, by the way.
I know her as well, for sure.
So then Peter promised MJ he'd go to the show, and he ends up saving people, and he ends up being late. And then Bruce Campbell's the usher, and I love the scene because he's like an asshole. He's
literally credited as snooty usher. In the credits.
But so he comes in, and he's like, your shoe's untied. So he just lets him shoot.
He's like helping him out,
and then he's like, oh, your tie. And then he goes to walk past him. He's like, It's like, what do you want?
Can't go in there.
Yeah.
No one will be seated after the show. And then he's like, but just let me in. He's like,
so good. It's just so good.
He's great. And isn't I'm not wrong. He's the guy who does the voices in the video games, right? The narrator.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. The fucking asshole narrator. Which now, it makes more sense now that can comprehend the comparison between the two of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then
also the eat your green vegetables part. That's kind of funny when you're younger. It's supposed to be very funny where he's like... The kids are like, how'd you do that? Yeah. He's like, eat your green vegetables. He's like, that's what my mom's always telling me. It's just funny.
So, and then he just waits across the street she knows. For no reason. She knows. He doesn't do anything.
No, he doesn't, but she knows he's there, by the way.
She looks where he would have been.
No. She knew he was there. She was waiting for him to make a... Okay, the whole point of this movie, which is why I say the character development is so good, is... Yes, MJ is with somebody else. It's very scummy that she has no problem being with fucking Peter. She would fucking leave anybody in a heartbeat for Peter. But she's waiting for Peter to be ready. She knew he was there. She knew. She 100% knew, which is why she looked. She didn't look there as in like, oh, I wish he was there. No, she looked as in like, oh, he's gone. I'm telling you. I promise you. She's I don't think so, the whole time she's literally respecting his boundaries to a point. She's trying to hint as like, hey, I'm still here. I want you. But I'm waiting for you to make the move.
Nothing Peter, about her is respectful.
No. I'm saying with specifically Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, but everybody else knows she's just like, fuck that. I want that Pete dick. Like that's exactly how she acts.
That's even more fucked up than
it is super fucked up.
Respecting him, and then she's like, oh, I know he's there. Now I'm going to turn and make out with my boyfriend and walk away while he watches us. You know what I mean?
Well, because he's gone anyways.
If she knew,
I'm telling you, I promise.
But he watched her do that, and then
because he's a pervert. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so then we get the reactor scene. Otto got the arms.
Yep.
And I never realized this when I was younger, but it actually annoys the hell out of me now that instead of making it, he's a scientist, works for Oscorp or whatever, and he snaps because they take his fun or do something.
Yeah.
Instead, he's just the Green Goblin again. He's got another personality in his ear telling him what to do. It's not him. It's someone else, and then he can fight back again. It's the same thing. It's
supposed to be like whatever the fuck's inside of that chip or whatever. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but it's the same basic. If you take it to the base concept,
well, that's what they were kind of going with.
It's him being controlled by something in his mind, and it's like, please just it's so much more interesting.
It's not that he's being controlled. By the way, it's not that he's being controlled. He lost his wife, and he's being influenced because he's not being fully controlled. He's still aware of what he's doing. Because he didn't, he the arms are controlling themselves. He's kind of just along for the ride. He's not being controlled though. He's aware of what he's doing, but at this point, he doesn't care. He wants to finish what he started.
But they're fucked his mind up
a little bit.
He wasn't crazy before that happened.
But he was crazy when his wife died. That's when he honestly lost. That's when he really did lose his mind for sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
that was the love of his life. They make that very clear.
Yeah,
and they do a very good job at that. Watching her die sucked for him. He that killed him.
I just wish that they. I much prefer that version. The best version of Doc Ock that...
PS4 Spider-Man.
No.
Yes.
It's Spectacular Spider-Man.
What's that?
The animated show.
The animated show?
Yeah. Best version of Doc Ock.
You think so?
Yeah. You have to go back and watch it. We should do it one time. That show is one of the best.
It's really good. Yeah. Show. It's really good.
But yeah, that version of Doc Ock, he's exactly what I'm describing. He's this meek little guy who works for Norman Osborn, and then Norman completely fucks him over and takes all of his shit. And then he fucking snaps.
I mean, it's kind of like that in PS4 Spider-Man 2, though.
Yeah, but he's not. But it's different though, because he's still more of a normal guy. In the show, he's this super meek, nerdy guy.
Yeah.
And then he snaps and fucking goes on a rampage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's different in PS4. Yeah. PS4 Spider-Man is very good though. Don't let me downplay that. He's very good in that game. Spectacular Spider-Man is that's also the character.
How brutal were some of those deaths in that hospital scene, dude?
Yeah.
You have to think at least a few people got decapitated.
So, dude, fucking Spider-Man swings through and saves him, and he goes, "This doesn't change anything."
Yeah.
It's the first thing he says.
Yeah.
It happens in 2 seconds. It's so horrible. I fucking hate it. But yeah, then you get that massacre, which is it's cool, but it does not fit this movie at all.
It doesn't.
In any way. Dark. I like dark. It. It's very nice and all, but
Okay. It's true. The tone of the movie is very different compared to this scene.
It's fucking horrifying, and but the way it's shot is like Evil Dead, where it's supposed because Evil Dead is a very over the top. It's supposed to be a funny movie because it's people's heads
almost grindhousey.
Yeah, but a funny gore fest. Where you're oh look, that guy's head just exploded, and this it's just fucking hell.
Shit. Yeah, there's nothing funny about it.
There's nothing funny about it at all.
And I think that's kind of
and it doesn't fit the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. It's true.
And then he does the Darth Vader no after. No! Yeah. It's like, oh my God, stop.
That's true, actually.
I don't know. Maybe that was an intentional reference, but even so, why would you put that in as a main character point of the movie that's like,
no, I'm pretty sure that was intentional for sure.
Yeah, but fucking yeah, it's supposed to. It's all supposed to be. And that's the thing is, even if they didn't intend to be serious, people who defend the movie will tell you it's serious.
Serious, yeah.
So it's like, well, it's not though. Like you can't defend it that way. You can't say like, yeah, this movie's fucking amazing because he did this and this.
It's still amazing.
Look at how this scene
it's still amazing because it checks off a lot of the Spider-Man tropes how it's supposed to. That's why.
Sure, but it's not as you know.
Hey, that's not saying anything, bro. Don't worry about it. The trilogy. I don't know if you're doing this or not, but I'm ranking the movies as we go. And right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the trilogies are gonna be at the bottom. This trilogy is gonna be but it's gonna be a very rough fight between Tom Holland. It's gonna be a very rough fight between the Tom Holland and the Andrew Garfield movies because I actually like all those.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have it all kind of hinge on No Way Home, really.
Yeah, really is.
Anyway, so.
We get back to J.
And he goes. Hoffman, and then
he's there. He's like, oh.
he's like, what?
Yeah, I love this whole back and forth because they're trying to come up with a name, and Hoffman's like, oh, Dr. Octopus. He's like, that's stupid. And then he's like, Doctor. Then he says, Doctor Strange. He's like, that's great, but it's taken.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I got it, Dr. Octopus. And Hoffman's like, yes, genius. Yeah. It's so good. He's like, yeah, you like it? He's like, you wait for a raise? Go. It's so good, dude. Oh, J. Jonah Jameson's the absolute. Great. I could do a whole movie with just him, dude. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, he's so good.
You serious?
You serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I actually wrote. It's funny. I actually wrote this note too. Is that the arms are like their own being. They're like their own sentient like beings or whatever. Yeah. And that's kind of like it's cool what they were going for, but I'm kind of it's a tired old shtick at this point. It's just like, dude, who cares? Like, okay, now you have two beings that are fighting for like good and bad. Like what you were saying earlier. That's actually when I wrote it here.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Doc, same as Goblin.
Yeah. And then you have.
You serious?
Yeah. The fucking greatest meme ever, like that whole thing, and the laugh too, like, oh my God, bro!
I'm putting it in the video.
Yeah, you fucking better.
So here's the thing as well: is at this point where he breaks into the bank, and I'm like, I
love the scene.
I'm thinking, okay. I was like, oh, it's clicking for me now. It has to all be comedic. Because there's bags of gold coins.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And I was like,
first things first. The first thing I wrote was, who the fuck leaves a safe out in the open of a lobby? Okay.
So, but I was like, okay, I got to rewire my brain and think about this because they have to be intentionally doing this. But then you watch any video about people talking about these movies, they're like, they're amazing, they're so serious, they're deep character studies.
You want to know one thing I do love? You want to know one thing I love? The arms, practical, by the way.
Yeah.
The arms are practical, and that actually holds up very well. You can tell they're practical.
They're good.
I wrote the old-timey bank dealing in coins. Yeah. Like, no, this is not.
Here's the thing, is if you can... I will absolutely respect your opinion if you like these movies a lot. If you can admit that one...
No, they're campy.
If you can admit that one, it's nostalgia. That's a lot of it.
And
for
sure.
And two, if you admit that you like... them because they're campy.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
They're
gimmicky.
Don't pretend that they're serious.
Thank you. They're gimmicky, campy, not serious.
Which
comic book movies. There's nothing wrong with that. If, like you said, if you can admit it, but don't.
But also, if they went and leaned heavily into that, but they can't pick a tone.
No,
they go
can't.
back and
forth.
True. It's
now.
We're gonna get dislike Bob. Thankfully, YouTube just removed the dislike button.
But so, Aunt May, I love her. I'm sorry. I know that you think she's better in 3 than she is here. She's great in this.
I just said I like that one scene in 3.
Whatever. Okay. Look, I love her because Peter runs away. She's like, Peter, don't leave me here.
Yeah.
I think this is when it clicks for her. She knows, bro.
Oh, yeah.
She knows 100% that he's Spider-Man. And that's what I mean in her character development because she gives him that advice later. And she's speaking to Spider-Man and Peter.
But it's so funny, though, because right after she says that advice later, she's like, oh, and then can you pick up this couch and be careful, don't hurt your back. But she's not saying it in a joking way.
No.
She's not saying it in a joking way.
No.
I rewound it, and I was like, is there some sarcasm there? Is there anything? She's 100% serious. I was like, Really?
Because she has to still play it out.
No, she doesn't.
The Spider-Man PS4 one does the same thing.
Why the fuck would she have to pretend about it, though?
Because
at that point, she's going to give this speech to Spider-Man. Why the fuck would you go so far as to throw in an extra little bit of set dressing of, and don't hurt your back?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's so unnecessary.
But it's just so she can keep up the, like, it's just like in the Spider-Man PS4 where she's like,
does she know?
I didn't want you to worry.
Does she say,
no,
I know
she doesn't.
No,
it never, I have a feeling they were building up to that.
No.
I have a feeling they were building up to her death and her knowing the whole time. Yeah. We never get to know because they fucking ruined it with Spider-Man 3.
Anyway.
We got Stan Lee. Because after May gets captured, Stan Lee.
And dude, holy shit, the action in this movie is fucking amazing. It's the only reason it's not like the lowest movie I've ever seen in my life is because
the action's good.
Fucking fighting and the swinging. Yes. Oh my god.
You can tell the leaps from the first to the second. You can tell the leaps. It's huge, bro. He throws that fucking.
This is second only to like Amazing Spider-Man 2 swinging. Like that. Yeah, that's definitive, but like so this is a very close second.
It's so good.
Easily. Jesus, I don't know. It's just fucking awesome.
It's a good scene. Like you have the part
where he grabs the clock hand and he really reels it back.
You feel the weight of it. You feel the weight of it. Yes,
so nice.
There's another scene that they do later on that I really like because you feel the weight of like the banging where they're both sitting in the coffee shop and Doc's like slamming. Yeah, and like they do like the subtle little camera shakes with it. You can feel the weight of him coming at them.
Not in the coffee shop. That's.
You're
thinking of something else. No, because the coffee shop, the car just hits immediately and then it starts.
Because
he's not there.
Yeah, he's not there yet. He's coming down the building and the building shaking.
But they also do it with Harry on his building as he's coming up.
Oh, yes, he's coming up, yes.
And they do it like 3 times.
You can feel the weight of Doc Ock's like.
It's very cool.
Yes, it's very well done.
So.
I wrote this wrong, but I put Harry as cum on accident. Scum.
Scum.
Because he starts that fight with Peter. He gets drunk and he slaps him in front of everybody. Bro, at that point. Done.
I just want to say, what the fuck is this party? Like, okay, they're at the party, and then randomly at the very end.
Is this the one where he's supposed to be taking pictures too, though?
Yeah. And then people walk away?
Yeah. No, he's supposed to be taking pictures of, like, the J. Jonah's...
The engagement? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bro, I love when he yells at him constantly. Like, J. Jonah Jameson, again, the best part, because he's like, Peter, take a picture of this.
He goes up to the guy and he's like, take a picture of the mayor's girlfriend.
Yeah, wife.
Yeah. And then she looks at him.
And even at the end with the wedding scene where she doesn't show up and, like, he comes into frame. It's so good, bro.
Dude, I just hated this. Like, the guy, like, Jonah, no, not Jonah. What's his name? John. John gets on stage randomly and he's just like, hey, by the way, we're engaged.
Yeah, Mary J. is accepted to be.
How is that a fucking announcement? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just randomly to these fucking people?
Well, that's his party.
Yeah, but he didn't. He just goes, hey, she just agreed to marry me.
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
It would have been better. If they showed him engaged. Like, if they showed him, like, getting on his knee. And
sure, or even just have him get up and be like, hey, everybody, guess what? Or, like, put something. He just kind of goes, she just said yes. And then he leaves. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway.
He loses powers again.
Fuck this stupid bullshit, dude. I hate this.
What is it?
The fucking losing powers thing, dumbest shit I've ever seen.
No, it
dumbest
makes
shit
sense.
I've ever seen.
It makes sense.
It's making like the Spider-Man powers are like this spiritual mojo shit.
No,
Fuck right off.
That's not what I see it. That's not what I see it as.
Right off.
It's just more like him basically just not. No, it's just
they
him
had
not
to come up with an excuse to do it, and instead of coming up with any sort of reason for it, they just said, he's not sure.
It's literally just him turning it off.
It's
literally just him not turning it off. It's just him not using it. That's all it is. It's all in his head. Like, he's not actually losing his powers. Bro, if he was losing his powers, he would have fucking died on it when he's like, I'm back! Like, he would have fucking died from that fall.
He is losing his powers. You can't convince yourself to turn your eyes back to not having good vision. That's not how it works.
Okay, I get that. You're right.
That's and then he loses all of his muscles. The way they set some of that up,
they make him super skinny and nerdy again. Yeah, I'll give you that.
It's fucking stupid.
It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a stress thing where he's stressing. I'm pretty sure it's done in the comics as well.
I love the concept of him being so torn between the two of them. But having it actually be a thing where he loses his muscle mass.
Yes, he shouldn't have lost. He shouldn't have lost. No, he loses his powers in the thing too. But he shouldn't have lost his muscle mass.
Hate it, dude.
He shouldn't have lost his vision. That should have been fine. That I agree with.
It pisses me off so much.
But it does lead to possibly one of the greatest comic book covers ever, where he puts his suit in a trash can and he walks away.
That's great. But I just wish just have him be torn. Oh, just have him be torn between it. He doesn't need to lose his powers.
I love this conversation though between him and Ben in the dream, whatever the fuck he's having, where he's talking to him and he's like, "Why can't I have what I want?" Yeah. They're like, I actually like this scene.
It was very nice.
And because you get to see.
He's like, I can't take your hand or whatever. It's great, but I fucking hate it. I don't just have. It's always been a thing in Spider-Man. Just have him be torn between one or the other, and then he's gonna choose, throw the suit out, and be a normal person.
Yes, that's
just
what they
do that.
Done. Yes.
Why do you have to make this? Because it really makes it seem like it's this spiritual bullshit where he has to believe in the powers for them to be there for us.
That's not what. It's not that he has to believe. It's just he's so stressed. That's his DNA, and it's like I know it has and I agree. It's how it comes off.
It's fucking stupid.
It's just supposed to be like he's so stressed out with what he can't do that he'd lose his powers. Yes, I would have agreed with that if he didn't lose his muscle mass and his vision. That was kind of dumb. That shouldn't have worked that way. But whatever.
Either way, it doesn't make any fucking sense. You don't lose the ability to walk just because you think you shouldn't be walking right now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He just kind of refuses to use them to the point where
he's not refusing to do anything. It's against his will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He wants to keep shooting the webs, and then they cut off in midair randomly.
It's only stupid when he decides to go back to being Spider-Man, and he's believing to be back in Spider-Man. He doesn't become Spider-Man. And then the power of pussy.
It's all so inconsistent, and it's fucking stupid, and I hate it. I was pissing me off so much. I'm sorry. I know I'm like raging about it, but I remembered it being like
better.
Yeah, I remembered it making sense somehow. But it's just there, and all of a sudden it's back.
Yeah, so it's back to
Fuck you.
So we get back to nerdy Peter, and he's seeing that there's crime, and he misses the part where that's his problem.
Raindrops keep falling. I always love that compilation. It's great. But
life is super normal for him in a good way.
What the fuck is that freeze frame at the end or the middle of it? It just freezes on his face for a second.
I thought it buffered.
It was exactly like in Quantum of Solace when like right before it cuts the title sequence, James Bond is like, he's like rough ride or something, and then it just freezes on him, and then the title sequence plays, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Like what? Who made that editing choice? Like why?
It's bad.
Anyway,
so MJ and Peter have another conversation, and he almost convinces MJ to not get married.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm ready to be with you. And this is where I say Peter's kind of a scummy piece of shit at times too, is because he's like, yeah, he's like, we're gonna be together, blah blah blah. And he convinces her, and you can tell he's convincing her, but she kind of just is like, no, fuck you. Like you can tell now she's torn. So she like leaves, and she's like, I'm marrying him. This is the wedding, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What did I write? You can't get off if you don't get on. Oh, that's stupid. It's such a dumb line, bro. And out of context, it sounds so bad.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. You can't get off.
I'm pretty sure that's a Peter and MJ line that they're saying back with each other. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah.
They're back to J. Jonah Jameson, and they find
the Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
Let me just point out how fucking stupid this is.
Wait, why? Because he found the suit?
You know, the guy,
suit.
Yeah, the guy in the elevator even is like a nice Spider-Man costume,
yeah.
And then this random fucking hobo comes in with a Spider-Man costume. He's like, "Look, print it. He's done."
But at this point, Spider-Man's been gone for a little bit, and then they find his suit. He's already not been Spider-Man for at least what they give on is a couple weeks.
It's been like 2 years. There's already fucking Spider-Man's a huge thing.
Yes,
people cosplaying all this shit. Like any random fucking person can bring in a suit. There's no proof.
It smells like Peter.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's true.
It's ridiculous.
Harry's a complete garbage human being. I don't know why I wrote this, but
it's just true.
Because he promises to give Otto what he wants if he kills Spider-Man, and he gives up Peter.
Oh yeah.
And then he says not to hurt him, but I mean at that point he's
like yelling after him as he's already gone, basically.
He still ends up being heroic with no powers because he runs into the building that's on fire.
That's not yet.
Save the What did I skip?
He confesses to Aunt May first.
Oh, how the fuck is that yet?
And this is
Wait, no, I think you're wrong. Hold on.
No, it's right here. I have like 4 notes down. I have the
I skipped the whole section. Yeah, here it is. Sorry.
So yeah, he confesses to her, and I do like this scene.
I love the scene
because, and I think this is why I said I think Toby is like the only person who gets better. Like he's doing good in this scene.
Yeah. His emotion.
Yeah, he's portraying it well, and then I don't know, she just walks away.
Yeah, in shock. It's not even in shock. It's like she doesn't know what to do with the information that's been given to her.
Yeah.
And so that's why she walks away. Like, she doesn't know if she wants to be mad at him. She walks away. That's honestly what it is. It's 100% what it is. And now in his head, he's like, oh my gosh, she's pissed. But that's the thing, she didn't even show that she was angry. She just walked away, and I think it's more just she's just like, what do I do with this?
Yeah. Why? So then, why the fuck does Otto agree to kill Spider-Man?
He needs the uridium or uranium,
but
whatever the fuck it is.
There's nothing stopping him. What is Harry just not gonna give it to him? He can just go in there and rip the fucking safe out of the wall. Yeah. He held all the chips in that situation. He's like, you know what? Yeah. You know what? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
No, I don't think he has it. I don't think Harry has it up to this point. I don't
he
think
does in the safe.
No, it wasn't in the safe at the time because he literally tells him, "Have it ready when I get back." So I'm pretty sure that's where Harry stashed it.
No,
but I don't think it was there the whole time.
It wouldn't matter. It's been days. Anyway.
It's been days. No, it's been days. He had time to get it.
Just go with Harry and go get it. Like, why fucking bother with this Spider-Man shit? Like, he has no reason to do it. It's really fun to watch Peter rescue the kid without powers, though. I really like this scene. It's cool to see him without powers and still trying to do some shit.
Well, you still get a sense of his power, though. He does like when he jumps and he grabs on, like that's quick reflexes. Like, it's not like regular reflexes, and like not just that, he literally throws a girl up, and like that's some of his strength coming back. So you can see him teeter-tottering with some of his power.
It's nice to see.
But it's nice to see regular, being heroic and
it's fun. It's like seeing, it's like Iron Man 3, like seeing him go in without the suit.
Yeah. Little girl is cute though. She tries to pull him up.
Ew, this is the thing that solidified for me how fucking much I hate MJ. This scene where she's like, "Do me a favor."
No, wait. Before you get into that, this is important because someone dies in the fire.
Yeah.
He saves a little girl, and then like some poor soul got stuck up in the fourth floor, and the Peter's like, "Fuck!" Like you can tell.
Saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, did I skip this? No. You're skipping because he comes back. Aunt May, he has that little nice moment with the girl, Dokovich, whatever his daughter.
Yeah.
He has that nice moment where they eat cake, and she's like, "Oh, I have a message for you," and it's Aunt May, and she told him to come see him, and she's selling the house. That does happen before all this, because I wrote it in the proper order. But so they start talking about the little boy, and he's like, "Oh, that's him from across the street." Blah blah blah. He's like, "Oh, he's so much taller now." Blah blah blah. And then he's like, the kid's like, "Do you ever think Spider-Man will come back?" And that's when it kind of starts to hint at you that Aunt May knows, because she kind of just like, "Yeah, will he ever come back?" Like, you can tell she's like tiptoeing in that like sense. She was never mad at him. She was honestly just clearly in somewhat kind of a shock. She tells him she's proud of him, and Ben would be proud of her, something along those lines. I can't remember.
Yeah.
She doesn't hold any ill will towards him. She says your uncle knew that you loved him. Like, it's funny how they took a whole movie, by the way, to even mention the last things that he said to Ben. Like really get into it, and like how his guilt like really fucking hit him. It's funny that took a whole movie. Like, they were very confident they were coming out with a second one.
Yeah.
She there's no way she doesn't know that he's Peter, is what I wrote here, because she kind of like gives advice to Peter, but also like,
but
hey, Spider-Man's a hero.
On the end, like, why is she? If she does know, then why is she going like above and beyond to say this random bullshit?
I know, and I think that's just her trying to save it of her not having him think that she thinks he's Spider-Man. I think that's what it is. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, in the fourth movie, we would have gotten more into it. I guarantee it. Then we get this stupid fucking scene, dude. Go ahead.
I was just sitting there, literally like wanting to get up and reach to the screen and punch her, dude.
Okay. That was weird. Continue. I wondered that got in the audio.
Anyway.
Who the fuck's blowing off fireworks at like whatever? Anyways.
So she makes John like lean backwards and do the fucking upside down kiss on him, and she's like, ew. You
can tell she's in total disgust.
It's not the same.
But he's like, "Oh my god, that was amazing!" Like,
holy fuck, it's so gross. She's such a fucking piece of shit in these movies. It's that really solidified it for me. That's like fucked. That's fucked.
Yep. And then she apparently immediately called Peter and said, "Meet me at the coffee shop. I gotta talk to you," because that's where we cut to, like immediately after this.
And then I wrote, I'm gonna read this verbatim what I wrote down here.
Go ahead.
Oh my god, this back and forth with him is so fucking stupid. Fuck me, please.
So the only thing that
I was so pissed, I was just like slamming the keys.
Yeah. So the only thing that I got out of this that I really liked.
Did they get back in? He's like, actually, no.
Yes. Jesus.
Which I'm on his side though, because it makes sense. Because when he stopped doing it, he was like the happiest he'd ever been, and he was sure he was ready to be with her.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think, I don't know. But anyway, and then now he's back to it. So now he kind of has to in his mind. So it's like, it's different. For her, she's just fucking off and doing whatever she wants to. Yep. She has no obligation or reason to do the things she's doing. She's just a shitty person.
The only good thing that comes from this scene, in my opinion, is you get to see that Spider-Man still has a Spidey sense when MJ's around.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, the power of pussy is apparently strong because that's when he gets his powers back, is when he's around MJ.
So here we go, right? Here we go. I don't know if you thought about this or not, but Harry said, hey, go find Peter and interrogate him to find Spider-Man. Throws a car through the window to kill him.
Yeah. Why?
He would have been dead immediately.
Yeah,
you're right. He has no idea he's Spider-Man.
Why? Yeah.
I mean, it's such a fucking cool intro to that sequence, but it makes no fucking sense. He would have immediately been crushed to death.
You're right.
If he hadn't been Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. So it's like...
I was like, fuck, dude. Like, and I was so hyped. I was watching the scene the whole time. I was like, oh, yeah, the car's about to come through. And I was like, wait a fucking second.
Yeah, why would he throw it at
And
Peter?
it ruined it for me. I was like, fuck. I mean, they just have to ruin every good thing about this goddamn movie, except for the action sequence.
So this is when we get the screen shaking, that loud banging, which, like, to showcase, like, the weight of, like, whatever. Anyways...
It was that scene is really cool.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Find him, or I'll peel the flesh off her bones." Yeah, like Jesus.
Very cool. So I wanted to know real quick that the Daily Bugle has no fucking effect on the city at all.
No.
No matter how much he calls him a menace, no matter what, everyone loves him anyway. Mm-hmm. So why? What the fuck? Like it always is that Jonah's like doing the shit and it's influenced the city. So a lot of people hate him. Some people still love him, but it's usually like they're the minority.
Yeah.
But in this case,
it's not.
He's printing all this shit and no one cares apparently.
No.
Like
no.
I don't know.
No.
It's so weird.
But you go back to J. Jonah Jameson. He's like leaning against that window. That, that's a big pose. And he's like, it's all my fault. he's like, Spider-Man was a hero. And then
I drove him away.
Yeah, I drove him away. He's like, Spider-Man was a thief because I grabbed the fucking suit. You hear the quip from the webs, and then he's like, he's a thief. He's a lowlife. Like, it's so good how on a drop of a dime, he's just like, fuck Spider-Man. It's so good.
So, and then...
I don't care what you say. I don't give a fuck. This scene is absolutely iconic, and there's this scene is amazing. There's nothing wrong with this scene at all, bro. There really isn't. There's nothing wrong with this scene. Two things, but not horrible.
There's one thing that doesn't necessarily ruin the scene, but there's a change that I think, not a change, you can't change it, but a way that it would have been better. No, there's actually a couple things, but no, there's a lot of things. Sorry.
Okay.
First off, the biggest problem, he's a normal man. Spider-Man should be able to knock him out in one single punch.
Yes.
Yeah, because he holds back. He holds back. Spider-Man does hold back, but if he didn't hold back just a little bit less, he would have knocked him out in one punch. He has no powers.
No, it's not. I wasn't even going to make the argument that he holds back.
Well, he does. He holds back for all people.
Okay, yeah, fair enough,
does. That's like a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, it's like a Spider-Man thing.
So of course he does. But if he just let a little bit more of his power in, he could knock him out in one punch. But they just didn't. They had to have it make a fight. So whatever, movie rules.
Yes,
it's fine.
It's true.
But it's just annoying.
I think that's something a lot of people forget. By the way, is that he's just a regular man.
I know. It's easy to forget because he's doing all this crazy shit, but it's just the arms.
Yes,
he's a fucking normal fat fuck.
The CG is also much better, by the way.
It's much better.
Jesus Christ, it's so good.
And yet, the choreography, dude, when he goes through the middle of the bridge.
Oh my
God.
When
he flips back on the train to dodge the other one.
It's so good.
It's so fucking nice.
Anyways, everything that fucking Otto's willing to do to slow down Spider-Man, he starts taking people off the train and throwing them. Spider-Man saves them like nothing, by the way. Amazing.
So, this is my next big problem. His goal here is to kill Spider-Man.
No.
Yes. His goal is to...
No, because when he's talking to Harry, he says... I think they say something along the lines of bring him back to me.
Yeah, well, he was like, ideally bring him back to me.
Yeah.
Kill him, and if you can, bring him back to me alive.
Yeah. But I think
either way, fucking with the train serves no purpose. Yeah,
it does. It's supposed to slow him down, but it just goes to show you how much,
But, what?
Yeah, he's supposed to be using that as a distraction because he knows Spider-Man saves people over whatever else.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have known. Oh, he's gonna exert all of his power shooting webs out here and then collapse. Like
no, he wasn't.
It makes no sense. There's no plan behind that. Like, what's gonna happen? Either he saves the train,
Or
he doesn't save the train. He swings away last second, and then you have to fight him some more. Yeah, like it just doesn't really make any sense.
I get what you're saying.
I'm glad it happened because the fucking scene is awesome. Yeah, but it's like
I get what you mean.
From
though,
his
you're
perspective, why would he do that?
Yeah, you're right. It's like I think he thinks he would have exhausted Spider-Man because Spider-Man would have done whatever, even if it meant jumping in and out of the train to save as many people as he could in one shot.
Yeah.
I think he would have he would have exerted his energy. I don't think he was expecting it to be like fucking Hulk with fucking webs.
Yeah, I think. One other thing about the scene is that this scene would hit so much different if at the end of it, they go like, "Oh, he's just a kid." If he was actually young, that would have been so much more impactful. Yes. But instead, they like drop down this middle-aged man, and he's like, "He's just a kid."
So, anyways, real quick, yeah. So he stops the train, and now the symbolism to this, by the way, I don't know if you actually catch the symbolism or not. Yeah. So they all grab him. Mm-hmm. They all pick him up, right? Because they all hold Spider-Man high above their own heads. They all hold him to a standard.
People have analyzed the shit out of this.
But no, this is true. The symbolism to this is very true. Okay, so they hold him to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And then as they start to put him down, and they're like, "Oh, he's just a kid. He's now grounded, and he's on their level. He's just a regular person like us." That's the symbolism behind that. I wholeheartedly believe there's an actual symbolism to that where they're holding him to a higher standard until boom, they ground him, and they're like, "Oh shit, he's a kid." That's a very.
Just imagine if that was like Tom Holland.
I know,
how much better that would be. Instead, he looks
like
a fucking high school teacher.
He doesn't. Honestly, had they made the Spider-Man a little older, it probably would have been better.
Yeah. Well, no, I think because I mean like, not. Yeah, if they had leaned into him being older, sure.
College student.
But in this case, it would be better if he was a young Spider-Man because the fact that they realize that he's a kid. It would be so much more impactful if it was like Tom Holland, like
even Garfield,
looking actually like a teenager.
Yeah.
Like it would make it hit more powerfully.
By the way, the two kids that gave him his mask back, his nephews. Those are Toby's nephews.
That's awesome. So Peter goes back to Doc goes and gets the stuff, and then Peter goes to Harry and. Or no, he brings Peter back. And then he rips off his mask and he's like, impossible.
I can't.
Impossible.
I can't.
Peter Parker, my best friend.
He's so cringy, dude. That part is very cringy.
And then Peter gets up and breaks off, I guess it's barbed wire or something that he wrapped him in. It's fucking weird. I don't know where he got that shit.
Yeah.
But then he gets up and he's like, listen. He's got MJ. Yeah, you got to tell me where he is. You got to tell me where he is. He's like, you killed my father. And instead of Peter being like, actually, no, I didn't. Now let's go. Yep. He's like, we don't have time to talk about that right now. You you didn't kill him. Just say it.
Could have been just, it wasn't me. We'll explain it later.
It would have taken 2 seconds. Yep. Yeah, like I fucking hate that. And that was not to spoil it, but there's a similar thing in the Miles Morales game. I don't know if you ever beat that.
I haven't yet.
There's a very similar thing in there where like he's saying something to a villain and he's like, listen, this is gonna happen if we don't do this. And the villain is just like, no. And instead of like really like because he keeps trying to start saying like, hey, when you do, and then she cuts him off. And instead of being like, no, listen, we gotta do this, so this is gonna happen, he just like lets the villain talk and like doesn't stop it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like it pisses me off. But anyway, yeah, that was so annoying. But so I like when Otto finds out it's Peter at the end there. That's a very nice moment because he's great. He
snaps Otto out of his psycho phase.
Yeah. And then are you laughing at what I'm laughing at?
I'm pretty sure. Go ahead. Okay, so sorry. Anyways,
I don't. There's no replicating it. It's like
there's no replicating it. It's impossible.
Impressionable scream. I don't understand that shit, dude. It's so comical the way it cuts to her, and then he's like,
yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Anyway, Goblin. Otto sacrifices himself.
Yep.
He saves MJ.
Yep.
What the fuck? We got the Goblin thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is he seeing? Why is he seeing this? He's not juicing Goblin juice or anything. Like, it makes no fucking sense. Oh my
MJ
god!
doesn't follow through with the wedding.
Oh my god, she's a piece of shit. Is what I wrote.
She doesn't follow through with the wedding.
And then I wrote, wipe that grin off your face, bitch. Fucking running away with a shit-eating grin on your face. Yeah, I just fucked over this poor nice guy who was really great.
He's not even a bad guy. Yeah, he wasn't even a bad guy.
He seemed like a fucking great guy. Yeah. He cared about her a lot. Yep. Yes, fuck that guy. It's like, no.
The swinging.
And the way it's shot and edited too is like you're supposed to be like, yes, she's finally going to Peter. Oh yes, but instead I'm just like, fuck this.
Yep.
And yeah, then she does like the tiger line, and it's like, okay.
So the only cool thing about the only cool thing about them finally getting together is that's when she does start to develop the confidence because she's like, let me make my choices, blah blah blah, and it would have been so much more impactful if there wasn't so much back and forth between them in this movie.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, because Gwen does the same thing in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it fucking makes sense.
Yeah.
Like she says it way better. It makes a lot more sense. She's like, I will make my own decisions in like this relationship. And it's like, hell yeah. But in this, you're like, fuck you. Of course you'll make your own decisions. And your decisions are going to be go to fucking sleep with whoever you want constantly and just fuck everybody over.
Bitch.
If you do, yeah, it's like, Jesus.
So for me, we're basically at the end.
We are at the end. And it's the last thing to say. Why in God's name? I don't understand. Like, you know, they did the swinging scene at the end of the first one. It was great. And in this one, he's swinging on nothing.
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Rachel said the same thing.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
There's no reason to do that.
Yep.
What?
Yep. It's like
you're just like so tired of talking about it. You're like, yep, they fucked this up.
No, they did fuck that part up. You're right.
Like,
it's like it's not even that I'm tired of it. It's just like you feel like he's like swinging on invisible walls.
I'm tired of it. I'd say like every single thing we've come across that I used to love this movie. Now watching it,
it's because you're older now. You understand it, bro. It's you're older and you've been through shit, so you know. And it's not just that. It's the movies that we've watched. I'm sorry, they just don't hold up that well. I can't wait to shit on fucking Spider-Man 3.
I can't believe that this. I might like Spider-Man 3 more than this. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
I might.
It's funny. I'm scared of that. I'm so scared of that, dude. You have no idea. I think we're wrong.
In terms of you know
pacing,
everything that isn't Spider-Man stuff. Obviously, the Spider-Man
himself fighting. Is amazing. No, Spider-Man in this himself is good.
Swinging and action is the best.
Yeah.
Of this trilogy, easily, and some of the best we've gotten.
Yes.
I don't know. You know, Amazing Spider-Man is the best, and then Tom Holland has some pretty good stuff, but they don't really do a lot.
A lot of his tricky little shit
because he's not ever. Hopefully, I think we're gonna get it in No Way Home. I mean, they did it at the end of Far From Home with him swinging finally in a real city.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen, so hopefully we get more of that in No Way Home because really he's been out in these like rural areas or like out in the countryside or like in London, but he's not really swinging around that much.
Yeah.
So we haven't gotten a chance to really see it. But yeah, I don't know. Fuck this movie.
What do you rate it?
4 out of 10.
Really? Yeah. I rated it a 7 just because it's the most true to some of the characters they can be.
I thought about it a lot. I was like, I could put it at 5, but 5 would mean I'm neutral, and I'm not. I hate most things in this movie, so I'm giving it a 4.
I just like the characters too much.
It would be like a 1 or a 2 if not for the action. If not for how good it is.
That's what boosted it up for me.
It's so fucking good.
But the movie at the end of the day is called Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man in this is so satisfying, and the fighting is so good.
Well, but yeah, but that's and you know people always say like, oh yeah, Tobey's a great Peter Parker, but not a great Spider-Man. He's not a great either. But it's not his fault. Like he is a good Peter Parker. It's just the way they write him. The way they write him.
To be that nerdy.
The way they write him. Yeah, it's a caricature. It's not a fucking. That's why I like Andrew Garfield so much because he's like a real.
He's a modern awkward teen.
Yeah, he's not fucking. Actually, the square root of he's just like someone who's not popular and people don't really fuck with him.
Yeah,
it's normal. It's real life.
Yes.
And Tom Holland, he's not really he's kind of similar.
He's your average kid.
He plays with Legos and like people snicker at him and stuff, but he's not. Yeah, he's just like a normal guy.
Yeah.
And he's not getting fucking beat up and punched and breaking his glasses and driving buses away from him. Everybody's like they lean too heavily into it, especially in this movie. Yeah. Every time he goes to do something, I'm gonna take a picture. They walk away. Oh, I'm gonna grab this champagne glass. Oh, I walked away. It's like. It's not even funny. You know what I mean?
It's not.
I don't know.
I think that's what they're going for. It's like that. Oh my god, it's just stereotypical nerd. No, it's too hard.
Look, they walked away again. He didn't get the thing. Ha! No, it's just he's just getting shit on left and right. It's not even fun to watch. I don't know. Sorry, I've been very like vitriolic this whole time about this movie, but it really pissed me off because of how much I remember loving this movie.
Good. Yeah, it's
the
not as
fact
good as
that it's actually this bad. The
train scene is still top. Still good. Still so good.
It's unbelievable.
This still has very good moments. The character development.
But it just takes so much to get to it, though.
It does. It's not even just that. I do feel like these movies are a little too long, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I mean, they just feel really long because they're only 2 hours.
That's still kind of long for a movie.
That's like average.
Especially when you're giving us bullshit.
Hour 45 to like 2 hours is like an average movie.
Yeah.
And I just think it just feels like it drags on because you get these long drawn out scenes of them talking about MJ sleeping with someone else, and it's like, okay, we get it. Let's move on. Oh, now I want to be with you. Now I don't want to be with you. And Peter's like, I want to be with you. Now I don't want to be with you. Yeah. And it just keeps going on and on. You're like, I've seen this before. Can we move on to something new?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyways, yeah. So Spider-Man 2.
Apologies, if you like these movies.
Actually, I'll say it's a 6. I'll say it's a 6 along to Spider-Man 1 too. Actually.
I can't believe it. I always used to think Spider-Man 1 was my least favorite. Almost.
I still like Spider-Man 2 more than I like Spider-Man 1, but
I don't know. Something about Spider-Man 1 felt like, and again, like I said, like I think all the performances declined, like of the recurring characters. I mean, not J. Jonah Jameson, but like MJ and Harry.
Harry, I can definitely see
straight
that.
down.
Harry, I can definitely see that.
And Toby was fine.
No, Toby was the same.
I mean, Aunt May doesn't really do much.
No.
I don't know. Who else is even in the movies?
That's it. That's it.
That's it. It just felt like, I don't know. It just felt like they're kind of sleepwalking through it.
MJ didn't feel that way. Harry, I can see that for sure. Oh my God, Harry, I can see that for sure.
Maybe not that she was less at acting, but that their chemistry wasn't as much there.
But I think that's on purpose.
No, because they're supposed to be like happy with each other at the end, and I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it.
They make out. At that point, you already hated her.
No, because they make out, and I'm like, he doesn't look like he's into this. I was like watching the thing, and he looked like his eyes were closing, like it didn't look like he was enjoying it. You know what I mean? The first kiss, it was like that's probably why most people like it so much because it seemed very intimate and like they were really into each other.
Yeah.
And then they got to the second movie. And I think, Tobey Maguire, there's stuff about, like, people didn't like him on set, maybe. So maybe by the time they got the second movie, she, like, kind of didn't really like him.
You like him either, yeah.
That's my guess, is that their chemistry declined, like, in real life. And so it had an effect on screen.
Because Tobey is apparently really hard to work with.
Yeah. So it just kind of fucked everything. I just think it's just on a steady decline now.
Yeah. I can't wait to get to Spider-Man 3. I haven't watched this in a long time.
I can wait.
No, I can't wait to this because honestly, it's been a while.
I don't know. After the fact that I didn't enjoy 2, the one I thought was going to be fucking amazing, I'm mortified to get to 3, dude. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to be sitting there wanting to blow my brains out because I was getting bored in this one. I was like, oh my God.
There were times where honestly it was boring. There were times I actually at one point was playing Vanguard.
Yeah. Jesus. I was watching it and I was like, and then it clicked to me. I was like, oh my God, we haven't even gotten to the train sequence yet. And that's like in the middle of the movie. Yeah. We haven't even gotten there yet. Yeah. No! I was like, oh, God.
Yep, I agree with you on that. I literally put on Call of Duty and played a couple matches and was like, okay. Anyways, thank you for stopping on this very depressing, nostalgia-ruining episode. We're sorry if you don't agree with us. Dude. Jesus Christ.
That was, I mean, oh, my God. Fuck you. Fuck everyone involved. I'm just kidding. They all did a great job.
I'm excited to see a new take on it. Like, with villains, I mean, like I want to see a new Doc Ock. I want to see a new.
I mean, next reboot.
Yeah, next reboot. Unfortunately,
reboot will get something. I mean, they're running out of villains that they can just like pull out. What else can they do really? It's like a major Spider-Man villain.
Like, anyways, have a good one.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye.